What's going on, guys? Welcome to another vlog. Today I'll be doing something a little simple. I'll be showing you guys how to change the oil on this 2011 Honda Fit. I got my oil here, full synthetic Valvoline 020, because that's what it takes. We got our oil filter here, just a simple Fram. You need one of these to remove the oil filter. Then we got our oil change box, and check this out. I got my Batman lunch bag, you want to call it. The reason, oh shit, protein shaker. But anyway, the reason why I carry all my tools in this, I've had this tool bag for like, I would say more than 5 years, but I carry this because it's super easy to transport around. It's nothing bulky. But yeah, so I'm gonna get like a 17mm out there for the drain plug, and of course I need my jack, a jack stand, which is buried somewhere under there, and I'm gonna be using one of these weights here of mine. I'll be using one of those to support the back tire as I jack it up. You do have the e-brake to rely on, but you want to be extra safe. You know, you don't want to just rely on the e-brake to hold the car in place. So we're gonna be putting that in back of the tire. That way it'll brace it from moving back while I'm under the car. So let's get started. So I forgot to show you, but many of the new Honda models now, they have a oil indicator. I'm gonna show you here. As you can see, mine's here says -26, which should have been changed a long time ago. So that means I'm past overdue on changing this oil. I'm gonna go ahead and change the oil, cycle it, and reset this service light, and we continue on from there. Let's go. That should be good enough for me to get under. And then we'll be putting this jack stand on the frame. The frame is right there. You want it squared so that way the vehicle doesn't fall off the jack stand. But we're not going to be removing the jack also. We're just supporting it. Just like that. And then now we're good to go. We can crack the drain plug and loosen the oil filter after draining the oil. And then I'll show you guys, there's an oil cap here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's far in there, and sometimes it's kind of hard to break it loose, only because it's plastic and it's stuck on there. So, and you got this this plastic piece here that's kind of blocking your way of getting more leverage. So I'm just gonna take an open end wrench, put it on the cap, and break it loose. All right, guys, so here's my open end. This is just a 13. I think a 12 fits also. It fits perfectly. So I'm putting on the cap like this. I might have to go from inside, and then we'll just break it loose just like that. Crack it a little bit. The reason for loosening your oil cap before draining it, your motor is completely sealed. It's a sealed block, so you wanna crack it to release pressure. That way, when you open the drain plug, all the oil comes out and everything else that needs to be coming out. If you don't uncap the oil cap, you'll tend to see the oil drip much. Oh well, I don't know if it's noticeable, but for me, I found it that you'll see it dripping a lot slower. So on all oil changes, I like to just break the cap loose. I mean, you can take it off, but don't forget where you placed it. But for me, I just like to break it loose a little and just leave it on there. And then now we can go ahead and drain the oil pan. All right, guys, shout out to Keon here, supporting me with the light, coming in clutch right now. So I took off the oil filter. I'm just wiping the part where it sits on. As you can see here, this is where the oil filter sits. So you always want a clean surface. That way there's a rubber O-ring that's on the filter that'll sit against it, and you don't want any debris that'll end up causing it to leak. So let's get this cleaned up, and then we can get our new oil filter here. This is the new oil filter here. To prevent this from getting stuck to the block itself, I've had many encounters of that where they don't lube this up, and when it's time to remove it, it's actually harder than it looks. So always lubricate this ring. What you can use is the previous oil or your new oil, and just rub your finger right around it like that, and then go ahead and tighten it back up. All right, guys. So I'm taking this oil here. This is my new gallon here. I'm just gonna lubricate this O-ring as I've mentioned. You don't have to do much, just real lightly. And then go ahead and cover this up. Then let's go install this. Right now I'm just hand tightening it. So, God, this is such an awkward angle. So we got it hand tightened there. And because I have this tool which crushes the oil filter, I'm just gonna put my microfiber cloth over it just a little, squeeze it, give it like a slight tension, and go ahead and just rotate it. Just a little. You should be good right after that. So that's probably like a quarter to 3/4 turns, and that's pretty much done. So drain plug is tightened, oil filter is all replaced and tightened up also. Now we can go ahead and fill the motor up with oil. So car is down, jack stand is removed, we lowered the jack out. Shout out to Kiana there for assistance. But anyway, what you want to do now is locate your dipstick, pull that out and make sure to wipe it dry, and then place that aside. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna make a funnel because I don't have one, so I'm just gonna use an old water bottle, cut it up. All right, guys, I quickly found a water bottle. We're gonna makeshift a funnel here. So take off the bottle cap. The struggle is real if you don't have a funnel. So what you do, you just cut it one like this. Bam, you got yourself a funnel. Before using a funnel like this, just get some brake clean because there is some water in there, moisture, and go ahead and do this either outside or over a sink and just spray it with brake clean, just like that. And then we're gonna wipe this dry. We're gonna just get all the moisture out, get it completely dry because you don't want water mixing with your oil. So just like that. Then you can go ahead and put this on, just like this. I can just hold it there like that, and then go ahead and pour my 020 oil in. Alright guys, so I'm gonna take my homemade funnel here, sponsored by Hawaiian Isle. Then take my 020 and slowly pour it in just like that. Sometimes you gotta improvise, you know. If it works, it works. So that should be good. So now I'll remove my funnel, place this aside, grab my dipstick, wipe it clean, insert it, then we can check our oil level. As you can see, it's still below the line, so I'm gonna let it settle in for maybe 2 minutes or so, and then recheck it again, and hopefully the reading comes out a lot better. All right, guys, so I added more oil in. It's taking about 3.5 to 4 quarts of oil, but I'm gonna go ahead and check it again. Don't mind me, this is kind of hard holding the camera as well as checking the oil level. Oh, we're pretty much right there. I'll show you guys one more time. Usually I'll do it like 2 to 3 times, check it just in case. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's pretty much there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this dipstick back. The oil might drop a little lower when I start cycling the engine because it needs to fill up the oil filter as well, but it's close, so it'll pretty much balance out after that. So let me cap this off. I'm gonna let it cycle for maybe 2 minutes, minute or so. Turn it on, let it run, check for leaks, making sure that the oil drain plug is not leaking, as well as the oil filter. So if everything checks out, then we're good to go. Then I'll go ahead and reset the service light. All right, guys, so we're gonna start this thing up. Still reading. As you can see, it's -26 there on the service light. I just started the vehicle. We're pretty much good to go. There's no leaks, there's no drips coming down. Now we're just gonna cycle the engine, let the oil feed through the oil filter, and then shut the car off, and then recheck the oil level once again. And then right after that, we can go ahead and reset the service light and put everything back to 100% where it needs to belong, and we're done. All right, guys, so we're gonna reset the service light. Turn on the accessories. Don't start the vehicle. Just turn the key fob to accessories. You'll see the service light blink the way it is right now. What you want to do is hold it for 10 seconds. Hopefully this works, but hold it for 10 seconds. The whole thing will blink like that. And you hold it for another 10 seconds. And boom, just like that, we're back to oil life at 100%. So then from there, you can just turn it off and start up the car. All right, guys, so that concludes our video on this 2011 Honda Fit oil change. Oh, just the oil change in general. And don't forget to reset your service light as well for the newer generation Hondas and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, stay tuned for new videos and give this video a big thumbs up if you learned something, and always like, comment, and subscribe.